everyone, Alec DeLorean here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Now today we have 5 tips for Nox, the new hunter, for Season 4, so I'm looking forward to it, and I have played Nox up to level 20, so I feel like I've got initial thoughts on her, and I was wobbly at the start, but now I've done better with her, and I feel like I'm in a bit of a comfortable spot already. So I thought I'd make 5 tips of her to help you prepare for PC and any long-lasting players who have already played the game that are just looking for 5 more tips. Hopefully all of these will help, but let me know if they do or not. But before we get into it, if you would like to join the Patreon or Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Star Wars related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the video. Okay, yes, so 5 tips for Nox to prepare you for the PC release and new players. So the first one is actually an honorable mention. I added this as a tip, harder to use on Switch, so play on PC or mobile if possible, if you can. But if you only have a Switch, it's fine, don't worry about it. I was gonna add this as a tip, but then I thought it's not really a tip, so I'll just put it at the start just to get it out there. Just because Switch is capped at 30 FPS, whereas mobile is capped at 60 FPS, so that's double the amount of frames per second. And then PC can go all the way up to 300 frames per second. So you compare a PC player with high-tech equipment versus a Switch player who's playing on 30 FPS. The difference between the two playing Nox would be quite a difference. Even good players on Switch versus good players on PC, I think they would slack off a little bit. So yeah, if you can, play on PC or mobile if you can. If not, don't worry, still play Nox, still try her, still have fun. She's a really fun character, but she would be hard to master. So the first tip is that you don't actually need to always fully charge up her poison spread shot ability. So I've seen so many times when, or I've done it myself at least, where I'm in a fight and I want to use the poison ability, so I'm like, all right, here we go, and then I'm waiting for it to get in, and I've taken a load of damage before I get to the point of release. Whereas if you're in a close range fight already, just instantly get the poison out, because it puts instant pressure back onto the enemy, even if you just hit them for one shot. Yes, it's nice to charge up if you know if someone's going to come around the corner, then perfect timing, yeah, do that by all means. But if you're already in a heated moment, just get it out, use the poison, and then go back to being agile, because you just want to be a hard target to hit. And if you're just holding there with your poison spread, then you're quite an easy target at that point. So try to figure out the best times to charge up, or just fire it straight on. And then tip number 2 is just to explain a bit about hovering in the air. Those times when I'd like double jump and I aimed in and it didn't keep me in the air, or I used the ability to dash and then I aimed in but it didn't keep me in the air. So I wanted to explain how to actually do it. So to do it, you need to use her aerial dodge ability. You can't do it off a double jump anytime. It has to be the aerial dodge ability, and then aim in straight away. So if you use the dodge ability to dash somewhere, and then you get to the end of the dash and then you aim in, it won't count. You have to use it instantly after using the dodge, as yeah, it doesn't allow you to hover in the air any other time. So as soon as you use the dodge ability, then you hold it, but you stay in the air for a long time. It feels like 5 seconds. So if the enemies don't know you're there, by all means, take your time, take your shot. But yeah, you have to instantly use it after using the dodge ability. And then tip number 3 is to prioritize using your ultimate on slow mobility hunters like tanks, as they're most likely the hunters that won't be able to escape the area of effect. So for example, if you use your ultimate on Ascara, she can just dash out quickly. She still will get poisoned, but it's less likely that she'll get paralyzed. Whereas if you use it on, say, Utuni or Sentinel or Char, it's best to use it on tanks because they're the hardest to take down. So if you make them paralyzed, get them out of the fight faster, then that's fantastic, great. So yeah, when you're using your ultimate, just prioritize using it on slow moving targets. And then tip number 4 is that I just wanted to let everyone know how many hunters actually get one shot from an arrow to the head by Nox. Currently, in Season 4, there's only 2 hunters, and that's Reeve and Scara, because I think her headshot damage is 180, and both of them obviously have less than 180 health. So I just thought I'd put it out there to let everyone know that you can't one-shot Imaravex, because after you headshot her, she has this little trickle of health left, and in those situations, you're most likely going to get get assists, that's fine. Playing as Nox, assists is just as good as a kill because you do 180 damage and then your teammate, bang, pistol dead. So don't worry about that. And then finally, tip number 5 is to not to worry about using your ultimates on smaller fights. Even if they don't get paralyzed, the poison damage still adds up. So what I mean by this is a lot of the times everyone saves their ultimates for the big team fights, or that once all 4 enemies are in the fight and you want to make that giant play. If you have taken out 2 enemies and you're in a 3 versus 2 and you're struggling to kill them, if you were to use your ultimate to finish them off, help finish them off, then you're most likely you get the points for squad brawl or capture dynamic control. Whereas if you don't, you're delaying the time that you can get points. So her ultimate does charge up pretty fast, to be fair. So by all means, use your ultimate as often as you can. Even use it on one target if you have to, because the poison also still adds up even if you don't paralyze them, and it just applies so much pressure on the enemies. But there you go. There are my 5 tips for Nox to help new players get used to the game if you've never played before, or if you're a returning player and just want to see if any tips would help. By all means, just let me know in the comments below if any of these tips have helped you, or if you have any other tips to help anyone out. Be sure to let us know in the comments. But I won't keep you any longer, so if you would like to join the Patreon or Discord, the links are in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, this content, and all things Star Wars related, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.